Hey there, everybody. I have been working on a Mario game in Construct 3, and today I am going to be adding an enemy. The first enemy. Now, I've got a confession to make. I've been hesitant about this for a little bit, procrastinating, you might say, and there's two reasons for that. One is that I have had a lot of trouble with enemy development in the past. They can be problematic. They can take a lot of time. The first time you're adding an enemy to a game, getting the interactions right with all of the... I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but I've still been a little nervous. The other thing is that, frankly, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't like the way the original Goombas look. I don't like their design. I don't think they express the character well enough. I think they look tacky and a little phallic. I hate to run my mouth on the OG classic Mario Brothers, but they're not my favorite Goombas. So, I've been tinkering a bit behind the scenes, and I've made my own Goomba, who is based on the Mario Brothers 3 Goomba. But what I did was remove a lot of the line work and simplify the color scheme so that it feels more like a Mario Brothers 1 Goomba. And I changed the color scheme. Like, not just reduced it, but I made him darker to fit the Goombas of Mario 1 compared to the lighter ones in Mario 3. Let me know what you think. I can switch him back pretty easy. So I've added him as a sprite, and we're going to give him the same platform behavior that the Mario has, but we're going to have to rig up special controls for him because right now he uses the player's controls. Which, again, is the sort of thing that can be fun, but it's not what we're going for here.
Stupid.
Give the Goomba his own instance variable. Direction, and that's a variable just for him. Let's make it Boolean. And that's basically going to account for whether he's moving left or right. So let's see. Compare instance variable. That's not the one I wanted. That one. If direction is set or not set, he'll go different directions. If it's not set by default, he'll go left. And if it's not, he'll go right. Pretty straightforward. Make sure his animation loops. I noticed he wasn't doing a whole lot of animating. A little too fast. Let's give him some room to work and drop his speed a little bit. Alright, we're getting somewhere. He's still pretty fast and his controls are still rigged to mine. I need to turn that off. Default controls, there we go. Slow him down a little more. Maybe slowed him down a little too much, but that's not bad. This is why enemies can take a while, because there's a lot of things to figure out, a lot of trial and error. Some things you gotta get a feel for. Now, what we're gonna do... If the direction is not left, or if he's going left, direction is off, and he runs into an object, we need him to turn around. So we're gonna have him check not his X position, but an adjacent X position. If I can find the dang... There we go. Is overlapping at offset. That's what I'm looking for. For right now, we're just going to make it this tiled ground, but I'm going to come back and fix this in a second, and I'll explain why. I just want to make sure I've got the basic idea right before I go making it more complicated. So, in theory, whenever he bumps into a wall, or sees a wall really close by while he's walking, he should set his... Where'd it go? Set Boolean. There we go. Then we turn it on so that he turns right. In theory. Now, whether or not it's going to work that way, in practice, the answer is no. Oh, because that's a pipe. That's not... Okay, so we are just going to have to go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off. I'm not thinking fully correctly today. We're going to add a family. We're not going to... Well, maybe. No. No, not yet. We're going to make this more complicated. 'Cause I'm bad at this. I don't know what that sound was. So what we're going to do, instead of what I was originally going to do, we're just going to double up and have him account for both situations. Let's see if that works. I might be here a while. I'm also going to move him closer because that's too much. Okay, there you go. There you go. He's bumping a little too close. But the idea is there. The idea is sound. So let's say we make it much smaller distance. And there you go. So now we got him turning. We got him walking, we got him turning. And we basically just reproduce that here. If he's going the other way, we just do it backwards. If he's overlapping it, +2 away from himself. Let's give him a little more speed. He might not stay here, but just so he gets to the pipe faster. And in theory, he should turn right back around. There you go. There you go. We got a Goomba. He's walking. He's turning. He's doing Goomba things. But right now, he doesn't have any collision process or behavior with Mario whatsoever, and we're going to need to work on that.
Goomba! Yeah. Walk tall! Be proud! Go Goomba! Join the Goombas!
So, Mario, the player, on collision with another object, that being the Goomba. We're going to add some sub-events, a number of them. So we need to check if the player is falling, and if the player is above the Goomba. Sprite.4's Y position minus about half its height. And if so, the Goomba dies. If not, if either one of these conditions are not met, then we're gonna kill Mario. We're gonna have to do something to call the death event, though. That's a little complicated, actually, now that I think about it. Not complicated, it's just a step I didn't expect to do today, and I really should have. Add function. Mario death. What we're going to do is we're going to change the original death function to this one. If Mario falls below the height that normally kills him, it's going to call this function instead of just doing itself. And if Mario runs into this Goomba, when he's not falling or he's not above him, it'll call the death function. See if that worked. That kills the Goomba. Let's try the death. And it worked. Let's make sure falling off still kills Mario, and there you go. And that's okay. But there's some tweaks we could make to improve this. All of it. I'm going to start with the death of the Goomba. I think we could add a new animation pretty easily to be the Goomba's death animation. I've got some frames ready for that, or a frame ready for that. We really just need the one. Set animation. There you go. Change you to death. I'm gonna try a couple things here at once and see if they pan out. You'll just have to bear with me for a second. Alright, so I had to do some improvising, which took a little push and pull, a little trial and error, and I didn't want to drag you through all that, but I'll give you the gist of what I did. Whenever the player is falling and lands on the Goomba, he will switch to his death animation. The game will wait 0.5 seconds, and then the Goomba will be destroyed. In addition to this, I've added a separate set of behaviors here. Whenever the Goomba is in his death animation, his speed goes to 0, so he stops walking. And I set the original set of triggers for Mario's collision with the Goomba to only work if the Goomba is in his natural animation. If he's in his death animation, none of this works, none of this matters. He can't hurt Mario after he's been hurt. And I'll show you how all that pans out. So, I stomp on the Goomba, and he flattens out. I'll show you with a few Goombas. Let's get crazy here. See, that's the restart. We still need to make a death screen for Mario. That might be next time, because my hands are cooked today, if you can't tell by my amazing gameplay. But we've got Goombas walking. Another thing I would like to add, and this will also have to be for next time, Maybe it'll have to be for next time. I don't know. I can give you a taste of it. I'll show you what I'm cooking up here. I don't know if this is actually gonna work. I think I might have to break these into more distinct object families to see if I can get them to do this, but I want to see if I can get them to do this. Because this would be very neat. Nope, not quite. I'm gonna have to play around with it more. I want the Goombas to turn when they bump into each other. I like the way that that looks in Mario games. But that's gonna have to be next time, because I've fried my fingies. But this is not bad. Like, this is definitely progress. We've got Goombas. They walk, they kill Mario, they die, they have death animations. This is a success, everybody. This is a job well done. Next time, maybe I will get them Goombas to turn around. Maybe I'll work on a death screen for Mario. Maybe I'll work on more interesting platforms. That sounds fun. Somebody suggested that, and it'd be a lot easier than this kind of stuff is. Thank you and good night.
See you later, alligator.